Hi, my name is Rebecca, and I live in the United States. I live around Washington, D.C. in a place called Hi, my name is Pregnancy, and my child's name is Amelia.
Hi, my name is Anna Morgan.
My name is Lindsay.
Hi, my name is Lily.
Hi, my name is Lily. I'm 21 years old.
Hi, my name is Matt. I am
I guess I just want to know why I am the way I am sometimes. I don't know if it's describable by the way I was raised.
In 1980, the population of China was expected to spike to 3 billion by 2060. In fear of overpopulation, the Chinese government began to address such concerns by creating new family planning programs, one of the most prominent being the one-child policy. As indicative of its name, many of the country's citizens, especially those considered the ethnic majority, the Han, were prohibited from having more than one child per family. Although exemptions were granted to those of ethnic minorities, mass amounts of children, especially girls, were abandoned while the policy was enforced, in part because of China's cultural emphasis on the son's care of his family in old age. Parents fearing government punishment left little to no notes about where they could be found or who they were. This is where social media comes in.
I see that there is a willingness now for not all Chinese people, obviously, but more Chinese people to start searching. There's a lot of different reasons why the children were taken away or given up, and some of the parents have been heartbroken and searching ever since their child or baby went missing. So I think with all these DNA events that are going on in China, with the media coverage, it's opening it up to where it's more acceptable.
I just think you see more and more through social media, just people reaching out and putting something up, and something so small can really add, can really go very far. Like I said, my thing had millions of people looking at it, just a little ad about the girls and what they looked like and how old the other child might be. And to think that you can find a person that you had no idea existed 3 days before is just incredible.
The rise in social media in both the United States and China has allowed for connection within the community of adoptees to flourish. This has led to the creation of online services catered towards adoptees searching for biological relatives.
My Taproot was founded by CCAI. We're the largest China adoption agency in the world. So they put together a founding committee, and we thought, gosh, if we could put together the perfect birth parent search system, what would we do? And so we just wanted to make sure we were going into it for the adoptees to make a very transparent service. We wanted to make sure it was cost effective. And we wanted to be able to really help if we could.
So I started that with a couple of the provinces where my daughters were from. And then there was, like I said, the other parents and other adoptees who wanted to do the same. And our goal was to do one for every province in China that does international adoptions. So that's where it started. And then because of the other provinces, we decided to form a group called ICSA, International Children's Search Alliance. And now we have websites on different Chinese social networks, and we share our posters on many different social medias in China.
In an adoptee searching process, DNA testing services also play a prominent role, either for those interested in simply starting to search or those wishing to confirm a match.
We were thinking of doing the Ancestry.com to see if anything came up there.
Well, I think that it's a good thing to do, because even if you're not gonna find something, you learn a lot about where you came from and what parts of China you came from. Because there's China's a big place, and there's kind of a lot of small places that you don't really know about until you do searches like this.
We're compiling a database of those birth parents. Baobei, of course, has their own DNA database. And then we formed a partnership with LabCorp to really provide a way to get DNA testing done for our adoptees.
The adoptees who are finding their matches were putting found on the posters, so the birth parents who are searching know that it's a possibility to find through these posters. And DNA obviously is the ultimate goal to making sure that it is a match. But there was a birth parent who saw someone who looked like their family, and they did from the posters, and they did DNA testing, and it was confirmed.
However, with these technologies come an array of implications, such as privacy concerns and the scrutiny of the public eye.
We wanted to make sure if these kids went into this and say they found their birth parents, that there was some level of support to help them. Because what do you do next, right? It's a Pandora's box. Once you open that box, you can't close it again, for better or for worse.
My husband is a risk management and safety security consultant. He is nervous about privacy concerns with lodging the information in China. So that's one thing we're still working through. Yeah. And we opted to only do the ancestry, not the health piece of it too.
When there aren't that many of you that are like this, that you have to be prepared that whatever you do, if you do it publicly, may be looked at not positively, because there's basically nothing on the internet that everyone agrees on. But it's been, for us, like I said, a very good experience, because it has connected the girls. Not only has it allowed them to be together physically when they may not have been able to be together normally, but it's allowed them experiences that they would have never gotten to do otherwise, that have been honestly just really amazing overall. So, and I think that as time goes on, hopefully more and more people will find connections, and it would be nice at some point if China allows more connections, but I think that people are always trying, and I think there's lots of possibilities.
So it's not like it's one and done, like you don't get the report and then it's static. So as more people do the test, then more things will come up, so you never know.
Yeah.
So we'll keep waiting and watching, I guess.